as I would go down the track, the thing would be completely out of RPM. I'm in third gear, it tops out about 4,200 RPM, and I'm just going, and I'm just kind of driving the best it'll do to the finish line. Hey, it's Pontiac Mike. I got an awesome story for you guys about kind of why they call me Pontiac Mike, and a little bit of a good drag racing story all wrapped up in one. But it's really not a 1-year story, it's a 2-year story. So here we go. Back in 2006, when I'm putting together my 1968 Firebird 400, I want to go to the Pontiac Nationals. That's in Norwalk, Ohio. It's the biggest Pontiac event in the country. It's amazing. I get my car together, I get it ready, I drive out. I got a beat up truck, a borrowed trailer, but I got my hot rods all ready to go. I'm not a professional racer. I race a little bit, so I feel I'm just gonna go participate, see what happens. I get to this thing. I'm practically the last person through the gate. That staging lanes is completely full, packed. The whole property is packed. They have car show on one side, a swap meet that's only Pontiac parts, and then the biggest Pontiac-only drag race ever. So I get there, we do this thing. I get into the Tin Indian Street class. What the Tin Indian Street class is you have to have mufflers, you gotta have DOT tires, so you can run like a street slick, you just can't run a full-on slick. So my car's set up for that. It's 412 cubic inch Pontiac motor, 670 D-port heads, Edelbrock Torquer 2 intake, Demon 850 carb, set of headers. Anyways, so I get in this class, this Tin Indian Street. There's got to be at least 150 to 200 cars in my class, and I think, oh yeah, let's see what happens. So I get in, set my dial-in. So a dial-in is basically like what I think my car is going to do. So my car runs low 12s most of the time. It's super hot. This is in August of 2006. And so I'm constantly moving my dial in, dial it, run it, I win. I'm like, oh, awesome. So now instead of me having 150 to 200 competitors, every time you win, that number gets cut in half. Well, I win around, I keep winning. And my friends that were there, they're out. My uncle was there, he's out. One time, I get to the staging lanes and the car won't start. I'm supposed to be racing. The competitor says, hey, we'll run last. Let's let everybody else go in front of us, and then we'll go through last. Well, him letting me do that allowed me another win. So I won that. I get all the way down to the finals. Now again, I'm not a professional race car driver. I should not have been making all these rounds and rounds and rounds. All these people are there watching me. Arnie the farmer Beswick's there. His crew chief John Holmes was there. All these people that are professional racers are there kind of supporting me. And so the car, I go up in the finals, all stickered up, all lettered up. It's literally a full-on race car, and I lose. But I gotta tell you, for me, it was one of those moments in life where it was like, here, a little guy takes his car from Wisconsin, drives to Ohio on a rented trailer, and literally gets the nice check at the check for $250, which wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was just a cool thing to have. And then of course the trophy and a little bit of notoriety. So that was 2006. That was awesome. So in 2007, I think, oh yeah, I'm going back. I'm going to back that up. So I go back in 2007, but under a whole different circumstance. So now I love racing against other cars, not just Pontiacs. So I always try to make the Mopar days at Great Lakes Dragway. So I take my car to Mopar days to beat up on some Mopars. And so what happens? I blow up my engine. So at the end of the track, wham, blow it up. I was shifting way too high. I was shifting almost 7,000 RPM on a Pontiac motor, which is just ridiculous. So I throw a rod out the side of the block, the thing's done, and I have about 6 to 7 days to get my car ready to be in Norwalk. I don't have a spare engine. I don't have money to go buy a nice engine. So I'm starting to call friends and family and whoever. Hey, you have an engine I can borrow? Is there something I can use? Blah, blah, blah. I end up calling my good friend John Holmes, who has Holmes Auto Repair, who also was Arnie Beswick's crew chief at that time. He says, I got some old Pontiacs in the back. He says, you can dig one of those motors out. Matter of fact, I have a 72 GTO with a 455 in it. I said, oh, great. I'll come down and grab the car. So again, go down, grab the car, take it back home. I'm going to pull this motor out of this junk vehicle and put it in my race car to go play at the 2007 event. So again, I have 6-7 days to do this. Pull the engine out, pull my engine out. As I'm doing all this, I then read all the codes on the engine. It turns out it was a 1975 350 two-barrel motor, made like 160 horsepower. And I'm like, oh my God, but it was a runner. So I throw it in. I didn't have time to get it completely buttoned up, and I had to put the carb on and make some adjustments. I get all that done at Norwalk. Again, last guy through the door practically. I enter my car into the Tin Indian Street again, and I start going rounds. So this 350 two-barrel motor could not handle all the things I put on. I put my headers on it. I put my intake, my Torquer 2 intake on there, my 850 Demon carburetor, but the 850 was way too much, so I basically took the secondaries and disconnected the secondaries, so I was just running on the primaries. So as I would go down the track, the heads that were on here were tired and old, the springs were bad. As I would go down the track, the thing would be completely out of RPM. I'm in third gear, it tops out about 4,200 RPM, and I'm just going, and I'm just kind of driving the best it'll do to the finish line. The car did a best of 1479 on street tires with this little 350 that shouldn't even been, ever driven again. And what was so awesome with this, I did this, went round after round after round, and now I didn't make it to the finals, but I did make it to the quarterfinals. So again, I got paid again, and it literally was one of the coolest moments for me. I think I'm more proud of the 07 time than I was the 06, and yet in 07 I only made quarterfinals, not the semifinals. But awesome experience. I do love Norwalk. If you guys are Pontiac people, you should definitely go check it out. But again, that's one of my better drag racing stories.